Hi everyone, I'm Anna Grillo from trueself.com.au, and today I'm going to be taking you through a tapping script regarding fear of persecution. So this is a fun one. So for me, persecution is all about the external, obviously, and it is kicking off our fear into overdrive. So when we feel persecuted, we are worried about what other people think about us, what they're going to say about us. Will we be kicked out of the village, kicked out of the tribe? And that tribe could be family, first and foremost, one of the biggest ones. But that could also be through friends, through work, and just through various social groups that we're used to. It is deeply connected in with our the fight, flight, freeze, stress response, because if we take a look at our basic needs, if you look at our base chakra, the energy center, really we want to ensure that we've got appropriate food, shelter, and all other basic needs are met. Now we need to think back to our hunter-gatherer days. If we were nomads, we were part of little tribes, would move from place to place to place. If you weren't accepted, or if you looked different, the tribe wasn't happy with whatever it was that we thought or felt, you'd be kicked out. And to survive would be pretty difficult to do that by ourselves. So we are really primed for that really deep connection with one another and acceptance. Just think of little babies as well. Kids as we're growing up. Shame and guilt, they're very big things, big emotions. And when we sort of look through authoritarian type parenting practices that really tend to use shame, guilt as drivers to help people comply. And it triggers off a lot of us because that's sort of the programming that runs underneath. We just want to be seen, heard and accepted, and we're worrying about what other people think of us. Just looking through history, it's not even sometimes just what's happening through to us. I mean, look at all the programming and all the stories that we're told. You've got myths and legends. Look at the story of Jesus Christ. Literally, a man who came to, called out a whole bunch of people and systems and structures and was literally persecuted, literally died for what he believed in. And that's the fear that runs through us. Is that going to happen to us? So again, I mentioned shame, guilt, sadness, grief and loss. So this stuff is pretty heavy, it's pretty intense. And particularly we live in a world right now where, it's not just about who we talk to literally within real life. With social media as well, if we want to talk and share about our beliefs or our thoughts or opinions on matters, it's literally people around the world that could be coming back at us. It's very, very intense. So ensuring that we've got proper boundaries in place, is one of the big things in helping. But I know because there's so many of us that are worried or are living this. I know myself personally, just in the way of how I'm choosing to show up and what I believe in and making a stand, and we're doing things a little bit differently. It is very confronting. So I thought we'll create a tapping script, a tapping process just to help remove the fear, remove the guilt, and so we can move forward and stand really strong in our convictions. And it's a really good opportunity to just have a sit down and think about, well, what do I actually stand for? What are the things that I am metaphorically willing to die for? Like, what are my strong core beliefs that no matter what, I will never ever go back on that? And it's really important because the world needs your voice right now. We need to be able to stand strong and speak, as I said, with strength and conviction, truth, justice, and your wisdom. So when you're ready, so I would encourage you to make a list, really get comfortable with what you are all about, and what you need, and then also start putting a list together of what it feels like to feel persecuted. What does it feel? What are the emotions that it brings up? What are your worries and what are your fears? Okay, and then see how it sits with it, and just rate it out of 10. 0 being, yep, I'm all cool with it, or 10 being, it's going through the roof. So just connect in and we'll start off with our setup statement. Okay, and just follow along and repeat after me. So even though I feel persecuted for my beliefs, I'm going to say them anyway. Even though I am scared and worried about what other people think of me, I know everything's going to be okay. Even though on some level I think I could literally die for speaking out about my truth, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. All this pain, all this fear, all this worry. I'm so scared. I'm really worried about other people's perceptions. I feel judged. People must be talking about me, saying things that are opposite to what I believe in. I'm not feeling seen or heard. No one understands me. I've got so much to say. I have such important things to say, but I'm scared to death for saying them. I'm worried about offending other people. The time and energy, it's just so draining. I'm worried about hurting other people. They might take things the wrong way and they get really upset with me. I'm worried about what my parents are going to say. They're going to be so embarrassed, so worried. I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to make other people's lives really hard. I'm going to hear from people who I really respect and really admire, and they might tell me that they don't agree with me. Oh, that feels so uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. And it makes me feel so alone. That I'm the only one that thinks this. And if that's the case, maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe I am the wrong one. Maybe I am crazy. I'm scared and worried someone might report me. Maybe I'll get in trouble from authority figures. I'm so deeply fearful. I literally fear for my life. The subconscious patterning runs deep. So maybe it's just going to be easier to keep my mouth shut and keep the peace. But that will just kill me inside. Fill me with guilt and loathing. I'm too worried about approval from others rather than approving of myself. I'm putting other people's needs ahead of my own. because it's safer that way. I'd rather feel safe than feel right. And that makes me sad. So, so sad. So, so sad. So just take a moment. You might want to continue tapping. If you notice it feeling somewhere in your body, might be tension or energy. Be in your chest, your neck. Just tune in and just notice that and tap away on what you're feeling. But now what we'll do is just a round of letting it all go. Okay. I recognize this moment of change and I'm choosing to let it all go. All the fear, all the worry, I'm choosing to let it all go. I'm choosing to call in feelings of confidence, strength, courage, and conviction. I'm choosing to stand in my beliefs. I'm choosing to be open and honest. I'm committed to knowing and educating myself. I'm choosing to build my knowledge and my support systems. I know I'm safe. I know I'm protected. I am willing to do the work and to delve deep into my own self-awareness. I'm choosing to access my innate wisdom, trusting in with my intuition and my instincts. Really delving into what I feel. And I'm using my passion for purpose. I'm connecting in with my purpose. And I'm ready to talk my truth. Even though my voice may shake. Even though it might not come out as articulately as I'd like it to. It's all part of the learning process. I'm willing to let go of the programs that are holding me back. Programs that were stored, passed down through generations, through my ancestral lineage. Dissolving any contracts, vows, or agreements that have been made in the past across all time, space, and dimension. Clearing any colours, shapes, symbols that are associated with this patterning. Letting it all go. Calling in my inner wisdom, courage and confidence. Fueling my cells. I speak my truth. I speak my truth. I speak my truth. I hope you found that useful. And I would just like to honour and acknowledge your courage, your strength, and your bravery. Choosing to walk a path that is different to others can be very scary at times. The world needs your voice. The world needs your opinion. The world needs your experience. So I invite you to continue connecting in, using your tools to help support you through this. If you have any questions or need further support, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm over at allthews.trueself.com.au, or send a message on whatever platform you are viewing this on. Much love and courage to you. Bye.